I'll be glad to be here.
I had a vision. It's the first real vision that I've ever had. I've had lots of words from the Lord and He's revealed a lot of things to me. But this was more open than any that I've ever had. David and I were at home. We do our Bible study in the morning, and we get really close to the Lord. And He speaks to us, and He just reveals things to us. And we talk about it, and we ask each other what they think about this and that. And it's a real great time. His presence is very much alive in those times. We were just doing our morning Bible study one morning about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks probably. And all of a sudden, in this discussion that we had, I felt the presence of God more intensely than I had felt it. He was there, and He's there every time, but this time it was a different kind of manifestation. And it seemed, I didn't see His face, and it seemed like that He wanted to go take me on a walk. So we began to walk together. I mean, I just felt it. Well, we were walking, and the presence was delightful, His presence. And we looked over in the distance, and I saw a red door. It looked almost like a flesh door. It just looked really alive. But it was red, and it was a door. And He said to me, He spoke to my heart. He didn't speak where I heard with my ears, but I heard it. He said, "That's the door to the third heaven." Well, I had read in the Word about the third heaven. You remember where it is, David?
Yes.
Where is it?
It is in 2 Corinthians chapter 12.
Go back and read it. 2 Corinthians chapter 12.
Would you like me to read some of it?
Well, let me do this
Sure.
first. Anyway, he said that's the door to the third heaven. And so he paused, and he slowed down, and we were very close to it. And I thought about it, and I thought about what I knew about the third heaven. And I said, well, I'm not sure I want to walk in that and go in that door. I said, I have a feeling I might not be able to come out if I wanted to leave. And then I said further, I said, I spoke to you, Lord, about the third heaven, and I spoke to you, Lord, about living a long time. I'll be 93 in January. And I spoke to the Lord about it, and I was reminding Him that I had talked to Him about that. And I told Him that I would be willing to live longer than other people. He had told me a long time ago, years ago, He said, Doris, you're going to do everything out of season. When other people are doing one thing at one age, you're going to be doing it in a different age, which has proven true. It seems to me, but we won't go into that. Well, I'm 93. I'll be 93 in January. And I'm doing a podcast. That is kind of unusual, I guess. But anyhow, I told Him that I would be willing to live longer because his word says that we can live to be 120. And I said, Lord, it's hard living when you're old, because it's just not as easy in some ways. But I'm willing, because I have children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and I want to be here to pray for them. And Jesus is here to destroy the works of Satan. And I want to help. I want to stand with him and destroy the works of Satan. So I'm willing to live a long time if you need me or if you want me here, if I can be useful. Well, it seemed like he just turned around and started walking back to where we had been. And we didn't try to go through that door. Well, I felt that he was telling me, well, that's what we'll do instead of going through the door into the third heaven. We'll just let you stay longer.
What did your husband say when you told him?
What did you say?
Thank you.
Oh, David said thank you.
Because you came back.
And, yeah, I was telling a friend of mine about that, and she said, what else? What else did he say, did he do? And I said, the main thing that happened was his presence being there, strong like that. And there isn't anything any bigger than that. There isn't anything any more powerful or outstanding. What would you call it? That's the ultimate, is his presence. You can't ask for anything greater than that. And his presence there, like it was more meaningful to me than the door that I saw.
Sure.
You have any questions? That was all of it. I just felt like that he had answered me and said I would be living a while longer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anybody have any questions? I feel good about having seen that. I feel like it was a good thing that he showed me that. And it was like he spoke to me and said, well, you'll be here a while. He didn't say how long, but he wasn't ready to take me right then. What about that?
I don't have any assurances of how long I'm going to live, but I'm expecting you to live a long time. And I expect to be around most of that time.
Heavenly Father, I'm so thankful that you tell us things, and that you, we don't want to misunderstand anything. We want to understand what you're telling us, and we want to act accordingly and do the things that you want us to do while we're here. And that's all I have to say about that. It may not seem dramatic to anybody, but his presence was very dramatic to me.
I believe that.
And I haven't gotten over it yet, and I hope I don't ever.
Yeah, right.
I hope
You want that all.
I want to always feel his presence all the time.